Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you all guys are enjoying my all videos. And recently, I started to post some shorts videos according to my life or whatever I do, and I'm getting good response. Thank you to all of you. And in the last video, as I have done first part of the story from the Alien Handbook. It was a good story. The story title was The Three Questions, and it was a long story and also difficult. It was not from also a simple book, not from not decent language. I think it was not that easy for me too. But I decided because someone, as I informed you already, that someone was reading the book and it took my attention, so I thought I should do something like that, like something daring for me. So I decided that story, but I have as I have done first part in that video, so it's time to shoot or practice second part of this story. Because of Eid and because of some other things, I was busy, as I always busy. This is not something new that I have to need to that I need to tell you guys that I was busy there. I was busy there, and I was doing this. I I'm like a busy kind of person, and yeah, how I snatch some time to do something for me, to do something creative for me, which make me happy. So it is Navratri holiday today, so I got some time after some struggle, and I some people spoiled my mood today, so it's time to make my mood and it's time to make myself happy. So this is something, as you guys already know, that this makes me happy to speak something in English, and so I decided at 4 p.m. to show this video to practice with ChatGPT, and I hope this session will be good because I didn't practice for 5 to 6 days. It's a long time to lack to make a lot of mistakes, but let's do without wasting time. Let's get started. अच्छा लग रहा है आजकल ये गाना, और स्पॉटिफाई पे मैंने बहुत बार सुन लिया और अपनी स्टोरी पे बहुत बार पोस्ट कर दिया. Let's see how many times I will listen. Okay, we have connected with ChatGPT. Let's start it. Good evening.
Good evening. How can I help you today?
Actually, I am an English learner. I came here to practice English with you. I have completed one part of the story because it's a storytelling session with you. I've completed first part of the story with you 6 to 4 days ago, and it's time to see the second part of this story.
That sounds like a fun way to practice English. I'd love to hear the first part of the story you've created. Could you please share it with me again so we can continue with the second part?
Oh, it's a long story, but I took this story from the Alien Handbook. It's a class 7th English literature book. The title of the story is The Three Questions. It was a story about a king and a hermit who and the king decided to go to the hermit to get the three answers of his question, and the questions were what is the best time to do something, who is the best person, and what is the important affair at a particular time to decide that we should do this, and he also want to become a great ruler of the country. So it was the story I told you in a short.
The three questions. It's a classic story with valuable lessons. So the king seeks wisdom from the hermit to find the best time to do things, who the best person is, and what the most important thing is to do. What happened next in the story after the king visited the hermit?
Okay, so I will try to do my best. I'm not good in storytelling, or I'm not sure what how I will perform. But you will have to give me the marks out of 10 and a feedback. Like, I will give my best. So I think let's start.
Absolutely. I'm here to support you. Go ahead and continue the story. I'll listen carefully and provide feedback
Okay.
afterward.
Okay, I will tell you in short paragraph. Okay, it will be okay.
Of course, that works perfectly. Just give me a brief summary of what happens next in the story, and then I'll provide feedback and marks out of 10.
Okay, so the story is um, the king turned around and he saw a bearded man who was coming towards him, and he pressed his hands against his stomach, from which the blood was flowing, and the bearded man came to the king and fell on the ground. The king and the hermit, the king and the hermit saw the man, and 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 uh, and saw his stomach. There was a wound on his stomach, so the king decided to dress the wound, and he cleaned the wound and covered with his handkerchief, but the blood would not stop flowing. So the king redressed the wound, and uh, uh, and he redressed until at last, until it was not stopped bleeding.
You did a great job summarizing the next part of the story. You effectively conveyed the scene where the wounded man approaches the king and the hermit, and how the king takes action to help him by dressing his wound. Your storytelling was clear and easy to follow. If I were to give you feedback, I'd say you did well in capturing the key events and maintaining coherence in your narration. I'd rate your performance an 8 out of 10. Keep up the good work. Would you like to continue with the next part of the story?
Yes, uh, after some time the man felt better and he asked to drink something. So the king decided to brought some water to him, and the king brought some water and gave him. And at that time the sun had set and the air was cool. So so the king and the hermit decided to carry the bearded man into the house. So they both carried the man into the house and lay down on the bed. After some minutes, the bearded man slept. The king was also tired, whatever he had done in the morning, and whatsoever he gave the care to the bearded man. So he was also very tired, and he lay also on the ground and slept throughout the night. When he awoke, it was several minutes before he knew that where he is and who is the person behind him.
You continued the story quite well. You described how the king and the hermit took care of the wounded man, brought him into the house, and eventually all fell asleep. Your storytelling remained clear and detailed, helping to paint a vivid picture of the scene. If I were to provide feedback, I'd say you did a good job of maintaining the flow of the story and keeping the events connected. I'd rate your performance a solid 8.5 out of 10. Keep it up. Would you like to proceed with the next part of the story?
Yes, sure. When he woke up, the bearded man said, "Forgive me, sir." Uh, so the king said, "There is no need to forgive you because I don't know you." Then the bearded man said that, "You don't know me, but I know you. You and you and I know you, and I am the person who swore to kill you because you put my brother to death and seized my property, and I knew that you came to the hermit all alone. So I decided to kill you on your way home back. But you did not return the whole day, so I left my hidden place. And your bodyguards recognized me and wounded me, and anyhow, I escaped from them. I should have died if you did not dressed my wound. I planned to kill you, and you saved my life. If I will live, I will give my life all of yours. I will give my life to yours because you saved my life, and my sons also will do same. This is the next paragraph. Hello.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Our systems are experiencing heavy load. Please try again later.
Okay. Let's do again. I don't know why it is happen. Why it's happen off with me. Hello.
Hey there, how's it going?
Actually, we were practicing English story. Uh, I'm a learner here, and I was telling you a story, and there was some issues. So can we start now?
Of course, I'd be happy to help you practice English by listening to your story. Go ahead, whenever you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready. Can I start with the next part of the story because as I have completed first paragraph.
Absolutely. Feel free to continue with the next part of your story.
Okay.
Go ahead whenever you're ready,
Okay. So
and I'll listen attentively.
uh, when um, when the bearded man promised that he will be the most faithful servant of the king, and his son also will do the same, so the king was very happy because he made peace without any kind of war. So he decided to send his servant to look after the to look after the bearded man, and also promised to return his property. This is the next paragraph.
That sounds like an interesting development in the story. Go ahead and continue with the next paragraph whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Okay. So leaving the bearded man into the hut, he came out to find the hermit, because at last he wanted to get his answers. So he went to the hermit, who was sowing the seed on the beds, which dug which have been dug day before, and he came to the hermit and um, said that dear a wise man, please, I beg you to give my all answers. This is the next paragraph.
You're doing a great job with your story. It's intriguing how the king is seeking answers from the hermit. Go ahead and continue with the next paragraph whenever you're ready.
Okay. So the next paragraph is, then the hermit said, you have already been answered. Then the king said, how can you say that I have been already answered? Because and what do you mean? So the hermit said. So the hermit said that yes, you have already been answered. Still bending his knees and sowing the seed, and looking at the king, who was stood in front of him. Yeah, so the hermit said that yes, you have already been answered. Um, if you have not pitied yesterday on my weakness, and if you not wish to stay with me, so that person definitely would have attacked on you. This is the next part.
It seems like you're mentioning some technologies. What specifically would you like to know about ChatGPT, OpenAI, or GPT-4?
We are practicing English here, if you know.
Got it. Thanks for letting me know. If you have any questions about English, or if you'd like to continue with your story practice, feel free to let me know.
Yes, I would like to continue my story.
Absolutely. Please continue with your story whenever you're ready.
Okay, so uh, then what happened? Uh,
In your story, the king approached the hermit seeking answers, right? What
yeah,
did the hermit say in response to the king's request?
yes, yeah, okay, I remember. And then the hermit said that if you not wish to stay with me, definitely that bearded man attacked on you and you would be died. So the most important time was when you decide to stay with me, and the most important person was me. You decided to with me, and the most important affair was whatever you have done yesterday with me. And afterward, when the bearded man ran to us, he was the most important person to you, and the most important time you decided to take care of him, and whatsoever to do for him, it was the most important affair. This is the next paragraph.
It seems like the hermit is imparting some wisdom to the king about the importance of his decisions and actions. Please go ahead and continue with the next paragraph whenever you're ready.
Yes, the next paragraph is, then the hermit said, remember, the most important time is now, because only in now you have the ability and the power to act. And the most important person is you are with, who you are. Sorry, the most important person is you are with at a particular moment, and because you don't know whether you will meet anyone or not, so that person is most important, and the most important affair to do, that is to do good with the person you are with at a particular moment. So this is the three answers of your three questions, and we sent here only for this purpose alone here. So this is the story. We have completed our story. We have completed our story. Okay, I think you are not here. I will have to check why it is happening with me all over again and again. But it was a great session as we have done, and I hope you all guys enjoyed this session. As I forget what is the story, as I inform you guys that if you decide any topic to speak on, so first you should have some knowledge, and this is the long story which I choose to speak on with ChatGPT. So and not also a very, I can say, like enjoyable kind of story, because we always want some fun. This kinds of humans we are. So I forget what is the Hindi story when I was telling, and because of that issue, I forget. I think because it was the last of the story, and I was telling the last three questions, and suddenly I forget what is the story in Hindi, and thank thank God that ChatGPT remind me that this is the lines, and thank God that ChatGPT remember where I was speaking, because I was thinking that it is facing issue, and definitely he will definitely it will not give me the right answer at in between of the conversation. It was lacking, but anyhow I managed, because this is the target, that to speak on the camera, um, like with anyone. So the chat GPT was with me. If he if he didn't it if it didn't respond good, it is totally okay. We will try we will try good again, and I will check what is the issue with this, because I need to check it is um, happening with me all over and over. And you guys, if you enjoyed this session, so give me the feedback. I need your feedbacks. Okay, and for the upcoming sessions.